Good morning, my dear students. Our chapter number 5 is going on, which is electric current. In this chapter, yesterday we discussed about effect of temperature on the resistivity and resistance. And we find that in conductors, if we increase the temperature, then resistivity of conductors will be increases. Okay, but for insulators and semiconductors, if we increase in temperature, then resistivity of that substance will be decreases. Okay, related to this, today our new topic is superconductivity. Okay, so today we will discuss about superconductivity. Okay, here we take some substance, some insulators and some semiconductors. Okay, when the temperature of the some substance decreases, when we decrease the temperature of some substance, then their resistivity rho gradually decreases. But when we continuously decrease the temperature, then after a certain temperature, a fixed temperature, the resistivity at a certain temperature, resistivity suddenly decreases and becomes zero. Okay, this phenomena, this property is called superconductivity, and such type of substance are called superconductor. Okay, again repeat, when the temperature of some substances decreases respectively, then their resistivity gradually decreases. But after a fixed temperature, certain temperature, the resistivity suddenly decreases to becomes zero. Such substances are called superconductor, and this phenomena and this property is called superconductivity. Okay, and the temperature, this certain temperature at which resistivity of the substance becomes zero, this temperature is called critical temperature. This temperature is called critical temperature, and it is represented by Tc. Okay, this superconductivity happens at very low temperature. This range is 10 Kelvin to 0.1 Kelvin. Okay, this superconductivity happens at very low temperature. For example, we define the range 10 Kelvin to 0.1 Kelvin. For example, for mercury, critical temperature, value of critical temperature is 4.2 Kelvin. Okay, now we understood superconductivity by this graph. This graph for mercury, this is resistivity and this is temperature in Kelvin. Suppose this is 4.0 Kelvin, this is 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and this 4.4. Okay, at initial condition we decrease temperature like this, then resistivity will be decreases gradually. Okay, but a certain temperature, after a certain temperature, resistivity suddenly decreases like this and becomes to zero becomes to 0. Then this temperature at which resistivity becomes to 0, this is called critical temperature. And for Hg, this graph for mercury, and for mercury Tc is equals to, here we can easily see that 4.2 Kelvin. Okay, this is the superconductivity. Okay students, now a important point is, in the state of superconductivity, suppose we have a substance, this substance, and in the state of superconductivity, it means in this condition resistivity is approx equals to 0. In this situation, magnetic field in this substance becomes 0. This effect is called Meissner effect. This effect is called Meissner effect. So what is the Meissner effect? So we can say, in the state of superconductivity, the magnetic field in the substance becomes 0. This effect is called Meissner effect. Now some uses of a superconductivity. First is in making supercomputers. Second is in making electric motor generator. Third is in generating high magnetic field. And fourth is in the transmission of electric energy. These are the some uses of superconductivity in substances. Okay, this is the superconductivity. This is a very important topic for our annual examination for short question. Okay, our next topic is combination of resistance. Combinations of resistances. There are two type of combination. First is series combination, and second is parallel combination. First we discuss series combination of resistances. First is series combination. First we define series combination. A such type of combination of two or more resistances in which the second end of a first resistance is connected to first end of a third resistance, and second end of third resistance is connected to first end of a fourth resistance, and so on. This type of combination is called series combination, or we can say that a combination of two or more resistance in which the second end of each resistance is connected to the first end of next resistance. Suppose that we have three resistance, value of which value of R1, R2, R3. Okay, then according to definition, second end of each resistance is connected to first end of a next resistance. Again, second end of each resistance, this resistance is connected to first end of a next resistance, like this. Then this type of a combination is called a series combination. Okay, so suppose we have three resistance R1, R2, R3, which is combined in between the point A and B in a series form, series combination. Okay, this is R1, this is R2, this is R3. Now we applying potential difference between the point A and B. This is potential difference V, and this is a key K. Then in this situation, total current flowing through this circuit is capital I. This is capital I. Here we remember a thing in the series combination. In the series combination, and the electric current flowing through the each resistance is the same. Means flowing through in this resistance is I. Current flowing through in this resistance is also I, and current flowing through this resistance is also capital I. But here this potential difference is divided according to this resistance, means in the ratio of resistances. Suppose V1 is the potential difference at the end of R1 resistance, and V2 is the potential difference at the end of R2 resistances, and V3 is the potential difference between the end of R3 resistances. Then according to Ohm's law, we know that V is equals to IR. So according to Ohm's law, for the resistances, V1 is equals to IR1. V2 is equals to IR2. V3 is equals to IR3. Okay, and this is the potential differences across the ends of each resistances. Okay, now total potential difference between the point A and B is V. Then in this situation we can write V is equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Put the value of V1, V2, V3, then we get V is equals to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. We take I common in the RHS of this equation, then V is equals to I R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is question number 1. Okay. If suppose equivalent resistance of a series combination is RS, equivalent resistance of series combination is RS, as for series. Then according to Ohm's law, for a whole circuit, V is equals to IRS. This is equation number 2. So put the value of equation 2 in equation 1, then we get IRS is equals to IR1 plus R2 plus R3. I to I cancel out, then we get RS is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is the equivalent resistance of that circuit. Okay, according to this equation we can say equivalent resistance of resistances connected in series is equal to sum of all resistances. Okay, now we take a small n resistance which are combined in a series combination. Then equivalent resistance RS is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus and so on Rn. This is the resultant resistance of a small n resistance series combination. Okay. Now first point is, if we take small n resistances, of same value R, it means the value of each resistance is same, which is equals to R, and these resistances are combined in series combination, then equivalent resistance RS is equals to, according to this equation, R plus R plus R plus and so on n times R. So the result of this equation is equals to n into R. then we can say if small n resistance of same value R is connected in series combination, then the equivalent resistance is equals to n into R. Okay. Second point is the current in the series combination remains same. The current in the series combination remains same, but electric potential across the ends of electric resistances is divided in the ratio of their resistance. Okay. Third point is, according to this equation, the equivalent resistance is always greater than the resistance of the value which is connected in the combination. Suppose R1 is equals to 2 ohm, R2 is equals to 3 ohm, and R3 is equals to 5 ohm. Then equivalent resistance Rs is equals to 2 plus 3 plus 5 is equals to 10 ohm. Here we can say that and see that equivalent resistance is more greater than the resistance of the value which is connected, maximum value which is connected in the combination. Okay, this is the series combination of resistances. Now our second combination is a parallel combination. Parallel combination. Firstly, we define parallel combination. Such type of combination of two or more resistances in which first end of all resistance are connected to a point and second end of all resistances are connected to another point. This type of a combination is called parallel combination. Suppose we have three resistances which value R1, R2, R3, and they are connected in a parallel combination like this. This is the first, this is the second resistance, and this is the third resistance. Then this value R1, R2, R3. According to definition, first end of all resistances are connected to a point. Suppose that point is A, and second end of all resistances connected to another point A. Suppose that point is B. Then such type of combination is called parallel combination. Okay, now we applying a potential difference between the point A and B. This potential difference is V, and this is a key K, and this connected like this. Okay, when we are applying the potential difference across the point A and B, then electric current I will be flow through this circuit. Okay, in this combination here, in this combination, potential difference of each resistance remains same. It means potential difference at the end between the R1 is V, potential difference at the end of R2 is also V, and potential difference at the ends of R3 is also V. So we represent like this potential difference at the end of each resistance will be same, and which is equal to the potential difference of a battery. Okay, so in this case, this total current I divided into different parts in the ratio of value of resistances. Suppose this is I1, current flowing through this R1 is I1, this is I2, and this is I3. Okay, then we can write I is equals to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay, according to Ohm's law, for these resistances, V for first, V is equals to I1 into R1. For second, V is equals to I2 into R2, or for third, V is equals to I3 into R3. Okay, from these equations, I1 is equals to V upon R1, I2 is equals to V upon R2, and I3 is equals to V upon R3. Put the value of I1, I2, I3 in this equation, then we get total current I is equals to V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3. We take V common, then I is equals to V 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. This equation number 1. Okay. Now total equivalent resistance of the parallel combination is Rp. Suppose equivalent resistance of a parallel combination is Rp, P for parallel resistance. Okay, then according to Ohm's law, V is equals to IRP. From this equation, I is equals to V upon Rp. This equation number 2. Put the value of equation 2 in equation 1 in LHS, then we get V upon Rp is equals to V into 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. We cancel out, then we get 1 upon Rp is equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. This is the resultant resistance of a parallel combination. From this equation, we can say the reciprocal of equivalent resistance is equal to the sum of reciprocals of all individual resistances for a parallel combination. Okay, suppose we have small n resistances. Suppose we have small n resistances which have value R1, R2, R3, R4 and so on Rn. Then 1 upon Rp is equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 and so on 1 upon Rn. Okay, this is the parallel combination of resistances. Now some important point is, first point, if we take small n resistance and the value of each resistance is same, which is equals to R. These are the connected in parallel combination, then equivalent resistance according to this equation 1 upon Rp is equals to 1 upon R plus 1 upon R plus 1 upon R and to n times 1 upon R. So n upon R. So n upon R. So equivalent resistance Rp is equals to R upon n. So we can say if small n resistance of same value R is connected in parallel combination, then equivalent resistance Rp is equals to R upon n. Okay. Second point is in parallel combination equivalent resistance according to this equation. In this combination, equivalent resistance is less than the least resistance in this combination. Suppose R1 is equals to 2 ohm, R2 is equals to 3 ohm, R4 is equals to 4 ohm, R3 is equals to 4 ohm. Then resultant means equivalent resistance Rp is always less than the least resistance in the combination. It means 2 ohm. Okay, next, in parallel combination potential difference across the each resistance is same. It means V potential difference across the each resistance is same. Okay, this is the parallel combination of a resistance, and this topic has completed, that is combinations of resistances. Okay, students, it is clear that for the results of combinations, that the results obtained in series order for capacitors in previous chapter, which are obtained in parallel order for resistances. and the results obtained in for a parallel combination for capacitors which are obtained in a series combination for resistors. Okay, so don't confuse, learn carefully. Okay students, thank you.